Huh? What's this place?
What an expression. I don't even know how to characterize that expression. Dismay. But sort of adorable dismay. Well, we're back here. I'm guessing these guys still say the same things. Oh, no, that's different. Yeah, I got bad news about you on the prosperity never-ending front. Okay, yeah, they mostly just say the same things. I guess I just hadn't triggered that one line of dialogue before. So I wandered around for a little while, trying to figure out where to go to trigger the cutscene. Turns out there is a passageway here. And, okay, it leads to this tunnel. So I guess we can just exit Amy's vision of the past without triggering a cutscene, then. And come out to the real... Or are we still in the vision of the past? Never mind, I think we're still in the vision of the past here. There's the call. Okay, yeah, we are still in the past.
Nova, ciao. Don't be afraid. You're safe with me.
Look at those googly eyes. Those things are kind of creepy. Oh, that was chaos coming out of that water. Interesting.
Gee, what was that? I wonder if I'm dreaming. Oh my! I need to get out of this place!
Amy's voice actress seriously does a fantastic job at sounding like a cute ditz. Major kudos for the performance. Alright, how do we get out of here? Oh! Interesting. What is this, like a diving board that you can only get up to with a spring? Oh no, there was a bunch of rings up there. Wonder if there was anything aside from all the rings. Looks like, no, it's just a bunch of rings. Oh, and there's an extra life over there. Alright, well, I'm not going to bother with all that.
Where do you think you're going, Amy?
Eggman, no!
You can't get away this easily. Too late, buddy!
Birdie!
No, the flicking.
It's a Chaos Emerald! What?
So where was that bird hiding the Chaos Emerald, which is as big as its body?
At your service, sir. Dispose of these annoying pests. Give them all you got. Aye, aye, sir. Will comply. I've got better things to do.
It's still interesting how we have these cutscenes that are basically identical, but with different dialogue.
Stop, Mr. Robot!
Now this
Please stop!
now this scene makes more sense.
Amy! That's one of Eggman's clunkers! Out of my way!
No! He helped me before by letting me escape. This robot is different. You don't need to hurt him, okay?
Amy!
Though in Sonic and Tails' story, Amy didn't really give any kind of explanation.
Okay, I guess I'll let him go.
Here she actually explains why.
The A carrier's losing altitude.
We're fresh out of time. Take Amy and clear out, fast!
What about you?
I'll nail that Eggman! Can't let him escape!
I knew you would save me, Sonic. You're my hero.
What are you doing back there, Gamma?
You okay?
Yeah, that's my question.
Dangerous here. Don't pay attention to Eggman anymore. Free yourself. Come on.
Why are you helping me?
I said we'd be friends, and I'm returning your favor. Even this birdie wants you to be free. Eggman's not the kind of man you should work for.
Amy, come on, let's get going.
Until we meet again, Mr. Robot, take care of yourself.
I just noticed Tails is now wearing the upgrade items that we got for him in his story. It breaks my heart every time I watch this cutscene. Goodbye, egg carrier. Amy and Tails still don't say a word to each other after that. I guess they do wave goodbye, but...
I wonder what Sonic is doing. He's always rescuing me, it seems. I should be more independent. You know, you sure surprised me by having a Chaos Emerald with you. No wonder they were after you, my feathered friend. Hey, a pendant! Wow! So I'll help you find your family. Does Eggman have them captive now? I bet he does. So I'll help you find your family. I've come this far. I may as well go all the way. That robot said Dr. Eggman's base is in the Mystic Ruins. So what do you say we check it out?
Oh, and apparently we're just teleporting there. I remember that this Flicky and Gamma's stories are intertwined, and there's probably a reason that Gamma decided to let Amy go after that Flicky flew up to it. Surprising moment of self-awareness from Amy, realizing how dependent she is on Sonic. It's perfectly fine to have a crush on somebody and really like them, but you probably shouldn't obsess over them and think about literally nothing else. Maybe that's too serious an observation for a silly game like this. Alright, so, to the Mystic Ruins, it seems. Which was to the left of the waterfall, if memory serves. I may finally be learning my way around the adventure fields a bit. Now that we're, like, most of the way through the game. Seriously, if you're not Sonic the Hedgehog, why would you try to chase a floating carrier on foot? Alright. Oh, we get to navigate the labyrinth again. So, is Amy's next action stage going to be Final Egg then? If so, it's probably her final action stage, and if she only gets 3 of them, I guess she has a really short story, even compared to Tails and Knuckles. I'm glad to be visiting Final Egg again, assuming that I'm correct about that. I did like that action stage, even though it was kind of buggy. I always like those Dr. Robotnik Final Zone techno-industrial type levels. I'm trying to talk to this guy. There we go. How mysterious. I am so lost. Man, I am lost like you wouldn't believe. I have no idea where I am. Aha! Never mind, I was going in the right direction all the time. That is really cool looking. And it seriously looks like a whole city down there. You have already built Robotnik Land.
I don't remember this bridge. Looks dangerously suspicious.
Or suspiciously dangerous.
Wanna go?
Alright, looks like it's Final Egg time. I love this music so much. Oh, there's the Mecha Sonic. I don't know. Models. That's probably the right word. Oh, we get to solve this puzzle again. Let's see. Almost, but we're off by 1, which is just about the worst position to be in with this kind of puzzle, I think. Yeah, off by 1 is awful. Still off by 1. Still off by 1. It's so hard to get away from being off by 1. At least we're off by 2 now. That's actually an improvement. Not quite. Not quite. Yes, did it. Final egg. Oh, Zero's on us immediately.
Not you again!
That look of dismay. Why does Zero even care anymore? Dr. Robotnik already got the Chaos Emerald from the Flicky. Maybe he just never updated Zero's programming and is still programmed to try to get us. Oh boy, I don't even see a gap. What do I do? Crap. Oh! Okay, we're dead. How do I get through there, then? Like, this one has an obvious gap. No. Okay. Can I attack these things? Oh, I can destroy them. Okay. Well, that makes it easy.
The robot that was following you is closing in on you. It'll be over if that robot catches you. You must get away from it no matter what.
We already know how this works, Tikal.
Use the switch to bring the elevator down. Until it comes down, hide somewhere.
Ah. Get off me. Oh, here it is. Later, loser! That is still the weirdest elevator. Ah, he's back. He's like a freaking Terminator or something. Another one up. Nice. We were running low on lives. We're doing a little better now. Sorry, animals. No time to stick around and rescue you.
One of these doors is the right one.
How do I know which
Find
one?
the correct door.
Well, that looks like a dead end. Is Zero chasing me? Are there any stakes to this? Kinda doesn't seem like it. Ow. Little miniature gorillas. Good grief. There's what, one door to go? And by process of elimination, this has to be the right one. Yup. Get wrecked. Uh-oh. Do I have to build up speed and use the hammer jump? It's so hard to do. Okay, go, go, go. Get up speed. Dang it. She was briefly at max speed, and then I slightly turned. It's hard not to turn when the camera angle is shifting on me. Do I need to, like, move this and use it to jump? This guy's gonna make that a pain if that's the case. Yep. Oh, or I can hide in it. Okay, never mind. He knew I was in there. I guess he's not that dumb. Ah. She definitely can't make the jump with her normal jump. So I assume I have to do the hammer jump. It's so hard to make her stay at top speed, though. Because when she turns... Nope, not fast enough. Oh, is this a... Okay, nope, probably not a way to go. Okay, that's where I came from. Definitely not. camera, I wish you would stop changing on me. Because she's at top speed, and then the camera shift, and she turns. Okay, we did it. That was more of a pain than it really needed to be. Oh, there's the balloon. We're out of here. We're out of here. There we go.
I'm free!
Free as a bird.
That was a close one. I saw no sign of your relatives, Birdie. Oh, you escaped from the egg carrier. So maybe your family's still in there.
I think I know where its family is. Okay, we're not done, even though we went through the final egg. Wow, this place is kind of a rusty-looking mess, isn't it? Haven't been maintaining this as well as you could, Robotnik. Oh, we're back here. Okay, not really sure where to go next, so just start exploring, I guess. I do wish that Amy accelerated a little better. And that it was a little easier to get her to do the running hammer jump. Because that can be kind of difficult. Yeah, like the slightest little thing makes her slow down. Turning a little bit, going through a little water, going uphill. Do you have anything new to say, dude? Was that the egg carrier? Did Robotnik get it working again? Wasn't he off, like, firing a missile at Station Square right about now? Once again, I have no idea where I'm going, really. Well, aha! This ladder looks promising. It's a long ladder, man. And you're a little over-dramatic with those grunts, Amy. Hey, dude. Plane crash into the ocean. What would that be? Wonder if by plane he means the egg carrier, though that's a little big to qualify as just a plane.
Station Square will be departing soon.
Go to the egg carrier crash site. You might find something.
Where's the egg carrier crash site? Where did it crash? I'm actually not sure now that I think about it. Huh. Oh, this raft wasn't here before. Oh yeah, I guess the egg carrier did crash in the ocean, didn't it? Okay.
Yay, it's them!
Why, you scum!
Are you okay? You idiot! How could you do this?
I think that robot just enjoys being evil. Alright, Zero, prepare to get wrecked. So we actually get to fight it for real this time and don't have to just run from it. Okay, don't hit the lasers on the side of the arena. And alright, he lets out shockwaves. Oh, good, good, good. Get wrecked. So we want to... Ow. 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 Maybe I should just go for a different ring instead. Wah! Okay, there's a fairly... Oh, I'm dead. Well, you know, learning the boss fight. So it seems like I want to knock him into the laser fence, or lightning fence, or whatever the heck that is. Let's grab a ring real quick. Grab a ring. There we go. Okay, and then he opens up his top and we nail it. Simple enough. Okay, he seems to basically have iframes while he's doing the shockwave attack. But not while he's doing that. Okay, now he'll open up again and whack. Yep, simple enough. Not much to this boss fight. Oh, this is new. Never mind. Maybe there's more to it than I thought. I'm playing jump rope. That's a pretty girly girl thing to do, Amy, even in your boss fight. You have stuff like this. What are you doing, thumping your chest like you're a gorilla or something? He totally is. What is that, a taunt? Are you taunting me? Okay, I'm dead again. This is probably Amy's last boss fight, if I were to guess, and the final boss fight of everybody's story is always like the one legitimately difficult boss battle. Okay, I need to maybe not be so aggressive. Being really aggressive isn't really paying off for me here. Ah, I thought I jumped, but I guess not. Okay, when he does his stupid chest pounding thing, he's vulnerable. It does seem like I do need to hit him into the fence, which makes this a bit difficult. Okay, I swear I hit the jump button and she just didn't jump. I know that sounds like the typical dumb gamer excuse. Oh, I hit the button. But I promise, I really am hitting the button when I say I am. I'm just going to chalk that up to the controls not being all that responsive in this game sometimes. It is a legitimate problem. Anybody who is a fan of this game will admit that that's a problem. I seriously need to stop being so aggressive. Also, I'm running out of lives, although I have basically endless continues. Okay. So he seems to do... The more damage I do to him, the more shockwave attacks he does in a row. I need to try to be tactical about this and lure him close to the fence. There we go. Alright, now he's going to add new attacks to his repertoire. Like this, the jump rope. The lightning jump rope of death. That's a pretty hardcore jump rope, gotta admit. Alright, now lure him Oh, is this it? Final blow? We did it. Good job, Amy. You didn't even need Sonic's help or anything.
See, I can do this.
Both Tails and Amy have a little bit of an undercurrent of trying to get out from Sonic's shadow, or in Amy's case, overcome her psychotic obsession. Oh no, Flicky!
Please wake up, Birdie. Are you okay? Can you fly? Whoa! You did it! Now you three can live in peace again.
What are you trying to do? Flap your arms, Amy?
I'm so happy! I'm going to try my best, too! Just watch me! I'll make that Sonic respect me! And by that time, it's gonna be too late!
You see, Sonic? Ignore and neglect a potential love interest too much and they'll move on. Even Amy, even psychotic fangirls. Maybe that's what Sonic wants. He's like, thank God, she finally stopped following me around. Alright, well I guess that was Amy's story. That was even shorter than Knuckles and Tails, but it was pretty fun. And once again, pretty good variety in gameplay. Sonic and Tails' stages were functionally pretty similar. You know, Tails has the addition of racing Sonic, but it's basically the same for Sonic and Tails. Just go through a fairly linear stage, reach the end of it. Then Knuckles is really different with the free-roaming ones. And Amy's feels fairly different because there's more quote-unquote puzzle solving. I say that very loosely. And she has to escape from Zero, and up until the very end of her story, she can't permanently kill him, so he's a continuous threat. So it feels pretty different. Only 3 action stages, so not a very long one, Amy's story. I'm not simple-minded. Yeah, about that. No offense, Amy, but razor-sharp intellect isn't really one of your strong suits. That's okay, we all have our strengths. Only 2 characters to go now. Gamma and Big the Cat. To judge from the order that they appear on the screen, we're supposed to do Big the Cat next, but I'm probably going to do Gamma next and save Big the Cat for last. Pretty sure Big the Cat's story is the only one that my brother and I never finished when we played this game when it first came out, so I'm definitely going to do it for this playthrough. It'll be a new experience for me. And I know that there's an additional, like, final boss fight that you get after you clear everybody's stories, which I've never done, so that's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to it. So Gamma's up next. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then. And I'll just let the credits play out. Okay, time for a quick follow-up to this video. So you may notice here that Gamma's file is 100% cleared. So a great thing happened. Due to some data mismanagement, I accidentally deleted all of the recordings that I made for Gamma's playthrough after completing them all. Even better, even if I were to select this file, I cannot play through Gamma's story again. The game doesn't let you do that. In order to be able to get back to the beginning of Gamma's story and play through the whole thing and record it over again, I would have to replay through Sonic's almost entire story in a new file to unlock Gamma again. And I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. I just don't quite have the motivation for that, especially because I started playing through Big Story. You can see it's 40% clear here. And it is, unfortunately, as boring as I remembered it being. Big Story, if you're not aware, though if you're watching this video, you surely are, is basically a giant mandatory fishing minigame, because fishing minigames were all the rage back when this game was created. And it's not really my thing. It's pretty boring. As for Gamma's story, gameplay-wise, there's not much to it. Basically, you hold down the fire button to lock onto everything on the screen, and then you release, and Gamma blows up everything on the screen. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's not awful, but it's pretty mindless. And his story is basically that Gamma, of course, like all of Dr. Robotnik's robots, is really an animal trapped in a robot, a flicky. And eventually, he sort of rebels against Dr. Robotnik. He goes around destroying the other E100 models, freeing the flickies inside them. And then he destroys himself and frees the flicky inside himself. So it's a sweet, happy ending. So I've pretty much completed what are honestly the fun characters for this game: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy. Like I said, Gamma's okay, but pretty mindless. Big is just straight up not fun. So because I just don't have the motivation to replay through Sonic's entire story again, to re-unlock Gamma and play through that in a new file, and because Big's story is pretty boring, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and call the playthrough done here. Maybe I'll revisit it sometime in the future and finish the little bit that's left, but even if I do, that's something for another day, for sure. So I guess this is as good a place as any to sort of briefly summarize my thoughts about the game. My memory had been that Sonic Adventure is an ambitious game that isn't afraid to take chances, that is a pretty fun update of the fast platforming action of the Sonic franchise into the world of 3D, but that it's pretty rough around the edges. And my memory was 100% accurate, because that's exactly what this game is. So overall, it's honestly a really good game. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy's stories are all really fun to play through for the most part. Occasional moments of frustration due to the glitchiness aside. But the controls are definitely kind of loose. It's definitely pretty buggy. I really like the zone selection in this game, though. It really feels like they took conceptually all the most classic and best zones from the 2D Sonic games and then ported them over into a 3D Sonic. It's like the Emerald Coast, obviously, is sort of perfect as a Sonic starter level. And then you've got Windy Valley and Red Mountain to be sort of like mountainous type levels. You've got Lost World to be the Mystic Ruins kind of level. You've got Casino Polis and Casino Polis to be sort of the, casino-like zone. You've got the theme park themed Twinkle Park, so those two together kind of account for those sort of Sonic levels. You've got the very city-themed / Stardust Speedway-themed highway level. And that one's pretty good. You've got the airship-themed Skydeck, which is a real buggy mess, and so it's my least favorite of the zones, but conceptually it's absolutely awesome, and it would have been really good if it were just a little better designed and not so buggy. And of course you've got Final Egg, which is a really good depiction of the sort of industrial, mechanical, almost nightmarish final Robotnik zone. So absolutely fantastic zone selection, and most of them were done really well and are a lot of fun to play. You get really varied gameplay between all the different characters. Like, Sonic and Tails in practice play pretty similarly, but all the other characters play really differently from each other. You've got a variety of mini-games, which are pretty basic, but some of them, like the Sky Chase zone, are really fun despite how basic they are. Content-wise, you get quite a bit. It's a fairly meaty game. You can complete it in a few hours if you're going fast, but that's not necessarily a bad thing with a sort of platformer game like this. And you can do challenges on all the different levels to replay them multiple times if you really want to expand the playtime and sort of get more content out of it. I actually like the adventure segments and hub world aspect of it. They're kind of underutilized. There's not really all that much to it. It would have been cool if maybe a little bit more puzzles to solve, a little bit more exploration that could be done, so it's very minimalistic, but even so, I appreciate it. It kind of puts the adventure in Sonic Adventure and makes it feel less like it's just a discrete series of stages, like the classic Genesis games were. And just in general, it really keeps that classic Sonic feel from the Genesis games. And Sega and Sonic CD too, of course, since Sonic CD introduced Amy. And Metal Sonic, although we only see Metal Sonic in a jar in this game and don't actually get to fight him. That's one of the few downsides of this game, is that you don't get to actually fight Metal Sonic. You just see him in a jar. It would have been nice if Sand Hill Zone was a complete level and not just a surfing minigame, because I do love desert-themed levels. So it's really my only complaint about the level selection. The story is... I mean, it's a Sonic story, so it's mostly just kind of silly and is there as an excuse to build a game around it. But there actually is some interesting stuff going on, like the backstory about where Chaos came from, and Knuckles' ancestors, and a little bit more about the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds. Robotnik sort of finding and then utilizing Chaos. And of course Chaos turns on him. We're not going to see that because I'd have to finish playing through Big Story, and it's just I don't want to just move on without being able to actually post a playthrough of Gamma's story, which again, I was an idiot and accidentally deleted it. But, I mean, there's lots of playthroughs of this game. If you are actually watching this without knowing how the story finishes, which seems real unlikely, because then why would you be watching this? But if that's the case, there's lots of playthroughs. Just search for, like, Sonic Adventure Long Play. You can see how the rest of the story goes. The downsides of the game are, as I've said, buggy, controls kind of loose, rough around the edges. Not everybody's story is fun. Gamma's gameplay is okay-ish. It's mostly just kind of mindless, though. Big's mandatory fishing minigame is just straight up not fun. Those are my biggest complaints. There's some weirdly amateurish things, like the terrible audio balance, where sometimes the music is so loud it's absolutely overpowering the dialogue. That feels like a weird amateur mistake, and there's little things like that here and there in the game. It almost feels like if they'd had another few months to polish it up, they could have maybe had a more solid, more refined product. It's interesting comparing this to what I regard as its counterpart, Mario 64, which brought the Mario franchise into full 3D. Mario 64 was certainly a more polished game, a more refined game. But I like this game's attitude better. I like its story better. And it's a more ambitious, quirkier game. It's hard to say which one I like better. I mean, in terms of just being a more refined, finished product, Mario 64 takes the crown. But in other regards, I actually kind of prefer this game. It's hard to say. And of course, the voice acting in this game is amazing. The depictions of the characters are all spot on. So really, really glad that I have replayed through this classic from my early teenage years. Really, really good game. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call the playthrough here. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you for whatever I play next. Later.